With the NBA trade deadline fast approaching on March 25th, I thought I'd put I thought I'd test my knowledge and see if I can come up with a decent trade that would put the Dallas Mavericks in a bit more of a win now scenario. What's going on, you guys? Lindy Endzone here. I'm gonna put this video under a different format. Excuse me. Try to get a bit of a quicker one out there. Quick perspectives. Make it a little more reactionary to you guys, the subscribers, anybody that views the video. So if you like the content, you want to give your opinions out, you know, let me know how I'm doing. Drop a like, subscribe if you like it. So before I get started, I wanted to give my condolences to the Baylor family. Um, Longtime Laker legend and the executive for the Los Angeles Clippers, Elgin Baylor, passed away today at the age of 86. Um, like I said, I just want to share some of my sympathy to the Baylor family, and the NBA as a whole, losing another legend to the game of basketball. But let's get started here. So it has been said, as far as the team that's going to be involved in this trade scenario that I have constructed, the Orlando Magic now have a situation to where, it is rumored that Nikola Vucevic could be on the trading block, and that he could be available at least. And it was revealed today that Aaron Gordon requested a trade. But as far as Aaron Gordon goes, I am not going to go in. I don't think I want to go in that direction, just considering the roster construction of both teams. And I don't necessarily think that we need, a player like him to take us over the top. My thing and as soon as I get into explaining this, I think we need a traditional center. So without further ado, let's get into the scenarios here. So as you can see, um, now I'm not the greatest with this sort of thing. I think I have to touch on my knowledge a little bit with how the with how the with how the cap works, and just these kind of situations of trades. But to me, it made the most sense when we're talking about Nikola Vucevic. So the trade is Dallas gets Nikola Vucevic, who has 3 years left on his contract at $26 million, and in return, the Magic don't really lose with this idea as far as the trade goes. In return, they receive Kristaps Porzingis, who has a extra year left on his contract. The Magic do take on about an extra hit of $3.5 million compared to Vucevic's deal, but they also receive a 2022 second round pick and Wes Iwundu in the package. Going over Orlando's roster, I've noticed that they've had quite a bit of expiring contracts, especially at the shooting guard and the small forward position. We're talking players who are about 6'7", 6'8". Their center position outside of Vucevic is not very tall. Most of their centers are only about 6'9". So in the in the situation here, they get a younger. He's listed as a power forward, but they get a younger power forward in Porzingis, who has a longer contract tenure. He's 5 years younger. You get another young guy in Uwandu who you can, who you can build up behind the guys that you already have on your roster, as far as that goes. And then I think just a second rounder, because of the similar compensation as far as the trade goes that we're kind of balancing that we're kind of balancing out. The Mavericks get a younger, like I said, the Mavericks get a younger guy. There's some compensation there. We take on more of a veteran player in Vucevic, where to which he's he's still kind of in his prime years, but based on just based on the scenario that I got on screen, I think it balances out well enough, in my opinion. Um, both teams don't necessarily change their projected win column. However, I don't think that's going to be the case for Dallas, knowing that Vucevic is going to be that kind of poor man's Nikola Jokic. And I think that's more of a direction that Dallas would want to take at this point, because, the way Porzingis plays very conservative. He sits outside around the three-point line too much, and he's just not aggressive to me. He's not aggressive enough to me in the low post. So if we can get a guy in Vucevic who's going to play the center position a little more traditionally, he's going to be involved in a lot more. He's going to be involved in more more effective pick and rolls. He still has the playmaking ability. He's I think he's averaging, he's averaging more rebounds, and I just think that the only sales pitch that we're going to have to try and work Orlando into is KP's injury history. But this, you know, this could be all okay in the end. KP's only 25 years old. You just don't know where he's going to end up being in that span of time. To whereas the years are a little bit numbered when you're talking about Vucevic, and after, once his contract expires, you have to come up with a decision. If Orlando would have to decide if they wanted to pay him or let him go. You never know how it's going to unfold at that point. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this trade scenario, and if you guys got any of your trade ideas, leave them down in the comments, and let's get some Mavericks trade scenarios going, and talk about it together. But this has been Lindy Endzone, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.